Hello, first grade writers. It's Mrs. Croissant here. We last week were talking about we were thinking about the questions that our readers of our stories might have. So we talked about, let's see, let's move that so you guys can see my anchor chart here. We talked about thinking about questions they might have. Who, when, where, why, and how. And that when you're writing your how-to, you might want to add in the answers to those questions because somebody is going to have that, so you have to address it, right? So I was using my story as an example, and I had decided to do taking care of a dog. And so then I just wrote, feed them, exercise them, take care of them, give them love and attention. So those were across my fingers. I thought about what I wanted to write. But we know that a list is not a story. So then I'm going to turn this around so you can see. Put my story up there. How to take care of a dog. And this is not my whole story, but I wanted to get it started. So my intro to my story is, have you ever wondered how to take care of a dog? I can teach you. First, dogs need lots of food. You have to feed them 2 times a day, once in the morning and once at night. They also need fresh water every day. Because I thought to myself, if I just said feed them, well, feed them what? Feed them when? Feed them how much? So I decided to put in you feed them twice a day. And I guess it depends on the size of your dog. I could have added more detail around that, like 1 scoop, like half a cup of food in the morning and half a cup at night. So I could have added more detail into that. Now that I'm thinking about it and rereading it, I'm like, yikes, I didn't answer all those questions. I also didn't say what kind of food, dry food, wet food that comes from a can. I didn't say that either. So it's good to go back and reread what you wrote because you might realize like, I didn't really do a good job of explaining that or talking about that. I could have added more details. I just realized that right now. So it's good that we go back and read. So you learned about thinking of a topic, planning it out on your fingers, writing the words, thinking about the questions that people might have so you can add that into your story. Today, I want to talk to you about what an author might do, and you are an author, so really to help us in the story. So say they do a picture in their story. How are they going to add to that picture to give us more information? What are they going to do to that? So I wanted to come into my book. And we looked at this book this morning when we were talking about reading. And we're going to go back to our owl story. And one thing that we noticed this author did, this is the page I want to be on. They use titles, many owls. And then she gives us a little bit of information here, but then she calls out different owls. She's showing us that there are different owls. They look different colors, different shaped faces, different sizes. So let's go ahead and read what she has. There are more than 155 kinds of owls. Owls can be big or small. Their face can be round or shaped like a heart. So this is a barn owl. This is an eagle owl, and you can tell it's like an eagle, those spotted feathers. This is an eastern screech owl. And look at his little feathers poking up. They kind of look like little ears. Owls can come in lots of colors and patterns. Here's an oriental bay owl, so pretty. And a great gray owl. Look at those eyes. So there are 155 kinds of owls, she tells us. And then she just pulls out a few and tells us a little bit, shows us pictures about those few. So I thought that was interesting. I like that part. She's using the different names of the owls to give us more information with her picture. Then we talked about, this is the one we talked about earlier, with the arrows. Really using arrows. This one used just words to share the information. This one is using arrows. And it's very specifically, like it's pointing at the wing, and it goes up here and says wings. Ears points to the ears. Eyes points to the eyes. So if we want to know really quick about the eyes, we go straight to the eyes and go to that information. So she's really using arrows to point out the different parts of these owls. And then this last one, and I think this last one's really interesting. So she has this big picture of an owl flying. And then she has this really zoomed in picture of the feather. Let's see what she's saying. Owls are quiet flyers. They can sneak up on their prey. An owl has special feathers on its wings. The feathers have extra soft edges. They make the wings quiet. Prey cannot hear the owl flying toward it. That seems really helpful if you need to be sneaky to catch your food, huh? Because now you could sneak up on them. They don't hear you. So she's talking about the owl flying and its wings and catching its prey. And then she shows us really close, like these super soft edges of the owl and how that makes it so quiet. Today, when you do your writing, when you either start a new story or add to one that you already have, I want you to think about your pictures in your story and how those pictures are going to help give information to your readers. Are you going to use arrows and talk specifically about the shark teeth? Are you going to use words? Are you going to zoom in? So if you're talking about a shark, here's the tooth, and you really zoom in on the tooth. Using words, here's the word fish, or using arrows. Those are 3 ways that you can use pictures to help give more information. So if I were going to come back to my dog story, I could do a picture of a dog, and then I could zoom in a little bit closer on its teeth. Dogs have big teeth sometimes. I could point to the ears and talk about their hearing, their eyes, and how they see. I could talk about the tail and how they wag their tail when they're happy. So all of those pictures and the little arrows or the zooming in or the words I use really teach us more about whatever it is we're trying to talk about. All right, boys and girls, good luck. Have fun with your writing today. I just want to give a shout out to Sage. She wrote a story about, and I shared this earlier in the week, about, or last week, sorry. This is the earliest of the week, about her pet fish. She shared about how you feed them, how often, how you have to clean their tank. She did a picture. It was such a great story. So well done, Sage. I really learned a lot from you and about taking care of fish. I didn't realize they were that much work. I kind of just thought you like sprinkled in some food every once in a while, and that was that. So thank you. It was really wonderful, and I look forward to reading everyone else's. Okay. Happy Tuesday, and I'll see you all later. Bye.